with one goal: to be champions. This is where history is made. This is the IHSA Girls Basketball State Finals. Live from Illinois State University Redbird Arena. This is an IHSA Television Network production.
The IHSA Girls Basketball Championships presented by Country Financial and OSF Healthcare. You're looking at Redbird Arena, the campus of Illinois State University. And the IHSA girls boldly going where no girls have gone before. It's Championship Saturday in the new format. 4 state championships will be determined here today, beginning with Brimfield and Galena, the #1 team and the #4 team, respectively, in the state. I'm Lee Hall, along with Patricia Babcock. Let me try that again. Patricia Babcock-McGraw. I'm so excited I can't speak. We've got a couple of teams, at least the semifinals kind of mirrored each other. They forced a lot of turnovers, scored a lot of points in the paint. Now they go head-to-head here today.
Yeah, I think both of these teams do the little things well, the big things well. You mentioned it. Those are my keys. The points in the paint, they attack the rim, they get high percentage shots, and they rev up their defense. They force a ton of turnovers, and they are able to score off those turnovers. So I think that we're going to see a battle of two really fundamentally sound teams who are hungry for a championship.
There haven't been any close games so far in 1A, and we're hoping for a good one here as Galena takes on Brimfield, a couple of 30-plus win teams. Winnebago and Quincy Notre Dame will battle for the 2A state championship after this one. And then, of course, this evening we got 3A and 4A, and we're going to have it all for you right here. We will be back with pregame festivities and the tip-off coming up from Redbird Arena. Back at Redbird Arena, Doug Collins Court, the former NBA star and Olympian. That's his name on this floor, the former ISU standout. And we are ready for Championship Saturday, where it's kind of a new concept, and excited to see how it works out here today.
4 state champions today. A big day for girls basketball in the state of Illinois.
Brimfield comes in #1 in the state, #4 Galena. And we are expecting a good one. A couple of teams that look pretty evenly matched on paper. We will see how it plays out here. Let's go to PA announcer Jeff Fritzen as we get prepared to get underway for the Class 1A state title.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, before our soloist sings our national anthem, we ask you to remember and honor the men and women of the United States Armed Forces serving throughout the world with this moment of silence. Thank you. And now we ask you to join our guest soloist, Leslie Burton, a student at Normal Community High School, in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner
We've waited 2 years for this. There's a look at our officials. Michael Bell, Rick Gengenbacher, Kyle Nessler is the referee. Ted Austin is our alternate. Congratulations to them for calling today's 1A state title game. You can kind of feel the electricity in the air. Galena has a big contingent, and I think everyone from Brimfield is in the house too. Red and blue filling the lower bowl here at Redbird Arena, and there's a lot of folks upstairs too. Back to Jeff Fritzen. Here's the starting lineups for today's 1A state championship game between number 4 Galena and top-ranked Brimfield.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, here are the starting lineups for this Class 1A championship game in the 2022 IHSA Girls Basketball State Finals, presented by OSF Healthcare. First, for the Galena Pirates, a sophomore, number 0, Taylor Burcham. Number 2, a freshman, Gracie Furlong. Number 4, a senior, Maggie Furlong. Number 20, a sophomore, Addie Hafel. And number 22, a senior, Hannah Lacey. And now the starting lineup for the Indians of Brimfield High School. Number 4, senior Sophie Bedell. Number 10, a junior Ellie Doe. Number 20, a senior Elin Peterson. Number 20, a senior Ella Loon. And number 21, a senior Jacqueline Fabry. Galena is coached by Jamie Watson. The Pirates bring a 32-3 record in today's game. Brimfield is coached by Maribeth Dura. The Indians bring a 30-4 record into the game. Your officials for this championship, Craig DeBellis, Donna Mobley.
And there you have the starting lineups for Galena and Brimfield. Of course, Galena up in the northwest corner of Illinois. A great getaway spot as we take a look at our Illinois Corn Growers Association starting lineup. Brimfield about 30 minutes west of Peoria. They are loud and proud here.
There are a lot of fans in the stands for both of these teams.
Brimfield quickly down the floor and blocked. Addie Hafel with the block. And the turnover, Brimfield bringing it the other way. And a turnover the other way.
We've talked about it. Turnovers huge for both of these teams. Both of these teams force a lot of turnovers.
Both teams forced 18 turnovers in their semifinal win on Thursday. Way back on Thursday. Seems like a long time ago. Three-point attempt by Taylor Burcham is long.
It'll be a battle of who can take care of the ball.
They try to get it inside to Bedell.
So far, neither team doing a great job of that.
Maybe a little bit of nerves here in the opening minute.
I mean, it's justified. It's a state championship game.
If you're ever going to get them, now's the time.
That's right.
The drive by Burcham denied. Indians the other way. Top-ranked team in the state at 31-4. All 4 losses coming to bigger ranked schools. We'll tell you more about that as the game progresses. Here's Ella Loon, their leading scorer for 3.
I mean, that's a good-looking shot. Great ball movement by Brimfield.
She's a 40% shooter from three-point range. Played a minute and a half, no score. The drive by Eddie Hafel, and she draws a foul. Let's go to Sarah Palchowski on the sidelines.
Hey guys, you talk about nerves, and they're definitely playing out. I talked to Galena before the game, and the girls were telling me they were getting nervous just sitting here and waiting around. But Coach Jamie Watson says once the ball was tipped, he wasn't so worried about nerves. As for Brimfield, they're a little more sad than nervous, Mary Beth Dura says. She said their seniors especially a little sad because they know it's their last game of their season, but they're excited to play, and she just wants them to go out, have fun, enjoy the moment, win or lose.
Both teams 0 for 3 now. Galena's 0 for 4.
I think that's so true, though, that the swing of emotions in a game like this where you have seniors who are playing their last game, but you're so happy to be here and you're so excited at the chance to win a state championship. The emotions are all over the place for these players.
Inside to Loon. She averages 20 points a game. The 6-foot senior gets Brimfield on the board.
When Ella Loon was all alone there on the block, I don't know how you lose track of Ella Loon. You mentioned it. She's #1 on this team in scoring at almost 20 points per game.
Number 20, a two-time All-Stater, including this year. Here's Gracie Furlong, the freshman. And the Pirates still 0 for. Wide open inside Sophie Bedell. And the Pirates come away with it. See how long it takes these teams to settle in.
These teams have a lot of really good offensive players, but they're such good defensive teams. So it's going to be interesting to see if this is more of an offensive game or if it's really going to be the defense that prevails here in this game. So far, we've seen some chippy, scrappy defense.
Elin Peterson doing a little reaching in and getting away with it out there. Addie Hayfel denied again.
The blocked shots are starting to roll up for both of these teams. Each team has 2 blocked shots already.
And a bushel full of turnovers. Almost midway through the first, it's 2-0. Elin Peterson can't control it. Let's take a look at our head coaches for Galena in his 12th year. Jamie Watson, 228 and 98 as head coach of the Pirates. And at the other end, Mary Beth Dura in just her 6th year as head coach with 140 wins and 38 losses. But she's coached her daughters since they were 4. One daughter is her assistant coach. She coached junior high, 7th grade 2A state champs in 2010 and 2013 in Brimfield. Burcham denied. They get the offensive rebound battle. Elin Peterson gets it, draws the jump ball. It'll stay with Galena when we get back. A lot of defense, not much scoring as we hit the first break. Brimfield up 2. Here are Illinois State University keys to the game. First for Galena.
Well, for Galena, they need to get back. Brimfield in its semifinal was 19-0 advantage in fast break points over Neoga. So Galena needs to get back, and they need to dial up their defense. They scored 17 points on 18 forced turnovers against Serena in its semifinals. So get back and then dial up that defense. And then let's watch Claire Martinson coming off the bench. She had an amazing game in the semifinal. 14 points, included 3 of 4 shooting from 3-point range. And there she is right there next to the coach. We'll see Claire, I'm sure, coming off the bench soon, but she was such a spark for Galena in the semifinal.
They could use a little energy. Both teams could have combined 1 for 12. Galena 0 for 7 before that shot goes in for Taylor Burcham, her 33rd 3 of the year. Well, we saw one team shut out in a quarter earlier this week, and that will avoid that at least here. Low scoring first quarter. Little nerves, a lot of defense. And a takeaway. Batted away by Gracie Furlong.
Gracie Furlong, tall, lengthy. She uses that length so well to just be a nuisance, as her coach said, on defense, especially up top in the perimeter. You've got to watch your passes around Gracie Furlong.
Highest motor of any kid he's ever coached. 3-2. last season in the COVID-shortened year. They went 10-0 in the Northwest Upstate Illini Conference, a football powerhouse. And that will stay with the Pirates.
Gracie Furlong, pretty gutsy. Number 2, there's Maggie Furlong, Gracie's sister, number 4. But I like that take to the basket, even challenging the defense as she did. She's just a freshman. She's pretty gutsy.
Well, coaches like to say at this point they're not freshmen anymore, right? They played so much varsity ball. Bertram takes it to the hoop. She averages 7 a game. She's got 5 already.
And Galena bringing the pressure after made baskets.
Another corner 3. That one's short. Jacqueline Fabry is 30% behind the arc. That one was about a foot short. Under 2 minutes to go now. Galena held Hope from Chicago to 25 points in the Super Sectional. And they held Serena to 31 in the semifinal.
Well, that's their thing. They averaged just 26 points allowed on the season. And they take a lot of pride in that at Galena.
Addie Hafel finally gets the whistle. Let's take a look at the Illinois State University keys for the Brimfield Indians.
Well, they want to run as much as possible. I mentioned it. They had a 19-0 advantage in fast break points against Neoga. And second best in terms of they want to get after the offensive rebounds. They had a 13-4 advantage on the offensive boards in their semifinals. So they want to be really aggressive in tracking down misses and trying to get second chance opportunities.
Bertram almost comes up with the steal. Inside, Bedell gets hammered. Very physical first quarter. They're letting them play a little bit.
Bedell, number 4 there, who just crashed to the ground. She is somebody that we want to keep an eye on. In their semifinal on Thursday, she stuffed the stat sheet. 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 steals in that game. She had half of Brimfield's 10 steals in that game. She was really a force on defense, and they are going to have to count on Sophie Bedell to be a force today.
Taken away by the Pirates. And the Brimfield Indians come away with it, or do they? Loon for 3.
A little ragged when Brimfield comes up with a turnover. At least for now, I'd like to see them work it around and try to get a really good shot at the basket. Their offensive possessions have been a little disjointed to start.
Be interesting to be inside the huddles at the break here. 5-2. Once did a title game where neither team scored in a quarter, so it could be rough. Bertram has it blocked. Another block for the Indians. And another block at the buzzer. 4 blocks for the Indians in the first quarter. More blocks than points as the Pirates, on the back of Taylor Bertram, she scored all 5 of their points. They take a 3-point lead to the break. Well, it was easy to keep score of that first quarter. 5-2 our score. The teams combined 3 for 20 combined shooting. Galena 2 for 13. Brimfield 1 for 7. They had 12 possessions and 2 points. Look from the corner for Ellie Doe, splashes home.
I was just about to say on that possession how quickly Galena was closing out on whoever had the basketball, but that was a slow closeout, and just that little bit of daylight was all Brimfield needed to get on the scoreboard. So that good, crisp ball movement was really key.
We're tied at 5 as that one rattles out for Maggie Furlong, the senior sister of Gracie.
But watch how quickly Galena gets to the basketball.
Yeah, that double team is there almost before you catch it. Again from the corner for Doe, but that one was a little long. I remember back in the day when I played high school basketball, there was a phrase that coaches used: don't throw a cross-court pass. Well, that died a long time ago, didn't it?
It did, but against this Galena team, that's exactly what's going to take is to get that defense shifting and having to cover more territory, because Galena has just been so quick. Going to have to make them cover more ground.
Bertram cut off at the free throw line. Gracie Furlong drives and kicks. The Brimfield defense pretty staunch at this end. Tied at 5. Bertram has it poked away, and that will be a foul on Jacqueline Fabry, her first, 3rd team foul. Menards, save big money on all your home improvement needs. Inbound for the Pirates, and a wide open shot missed by Furlong. And it's that defensive intimidation. We saw it at the other end. Even if they're not in a position to block, you know that the pressure's coming, and you got to get it away quicker.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Coach Dura told us that they're a pretty big team for Class 1A. They've got some size and length, and even if they're not blocking shots at Brimfield, they are changing them.
And a whistle now after the turnover. Keelan Peterson picks up her first. That's 4 team fouls now on Brimfield. Two minutes gone here in the second, and it's tied at 5. Hayful blocked by Loon. I think they might have gotten Fabry on the foul, however. That's 2 on Jacqueline Fabry and 5 on the Indians.
Both of these teams had a field day in their semifinals, attacking the basket, getting into the paint, getting those high percentage shots, and then it's just icing on the cake when you can draw that foul, especially against better players. Start getting people into foul trouble. I think that they tagged Doe with that, and she... No, I'm sorry. Bertram with that, and she is now going to the bench.
Hayful splits the free throws, and the energy girl off the bench for Galena is in there now. Number 11, Claire Martinson. 14 points, 3 for 4 behind the three-point line in the semifinals. She's number 11, playing defense on... Well, now she's in a double team on Loon in the corner.
I just loved Claire's game yesterday. She was so fun and had such a blast yesterday.
Doe double teamed and take it away.
3 of 4 3-pointers for Claire. Let's see if they try to set her up here.
Furlong fouled on the drive. Fouls piling up for Brimfield here in the second quarter.
Fouls on Elin Peterson, her second personal.
That's 2 on Elin Peterson. 6 on the team. Brimfield takes a timeout with 5:30 to go here in the second. Maribeth Dura can kind of feel things, some slippage on defense.
Absolutely, and she wants to talk to her players about how to stay out of foul trouble, how to defend those really good drives to the basket from Galena without fouling. Cannot play with your best players on the bench in foul trouble, so they're going to have to figure out a way to stop that penetration, keep the hands up, maybe draw some charges. Gotta keep your best players on the floor.
Seemed like some of the reaching wasn't called early, and now it is. And on top of that, Galena is being much more aggressive to the basket.
Yes. Well, we saw that, like I said, out of both of these teams in the semifinals. They were both attacking the rim, very aggressive offensively, and that's why they shot the ball so well in their semifinals. They did a great job of getting in there, getting those high percentage shots.
Martinson kicks it out to Furlong. Maggie Furlong, the senior, with her 23rd 3 of the year.
And then that ball movement, the inside out, that freezes the defense, and then you pop that out to an open shooter. Excellent offensive possession for Galena.
Brimfield yet to solve this defense at the other end, and another turnover
Already.
for the Indians. That is number 8.
Claire Martinson, number 11. I saw her chatting with the fans from Galena, getting pumped up on that turnover. She is just the heart and soul of this Galena team, gets this team in the emotional headspace that it needs to be in.
Pirates on a little run here midway through the second. And in a low-scoring game, that's kind of a big deal. Back out for 3. A little long for Gracie Furlong, and it'll go to the Indians. This Brimfield team, 16-0 a year ago. They started off with combined to win 24 straight. They kind of felt like they should have been here a year ago and maybe playing for a state championship if there had been a tournament. So unfinished business is their motto this season. So far, they haven't had much business at the offensive end. There's Martinson. Follows it after it was blocked. Stays with the Pirates. Here's Furlong for 3. And Brimfield comes away with it quickly ahead. Elin Peterson on the break. Shot fake, and then 3 or 4 Pirates are there. Boy, they got back quick. Ella Loon for 3 from NBA range. Her 53rd of the year.
I like that. I felt like Elin Peterson could have taken that shot, maybe drawn a foul, but she knew that she was kind of outmatched there, with as well as Galena got back on defense, and I liked her maturity in that decision, and then finding the open shooter, kind of being rewarded for that.
Ella Loon at 6 feet is a horrible matchup, according to her coach, because she can score at all 3 levels. That's Maggie Furlong, the senior's sister, with her second 3 of the quarter.
So nice to see Maggie Furlong back. She was out all of last year with the torn ACL. And back to be able to play with her sister, the freshman.
Another NBA 3. Yes!
Oh, how about that?
Ella Loon, the 2-time All-Stater, racking them up from the outside.
Bring it up just from about the same spot, top of the key. She has sparked this Brimfield team.
Missed her first, knocked in a couple in a row from way outside. Gracie Furlong with it, knocked away. Loon, the shot fake that time, and called for a charge. Thought she might take the 3 as the Pirates answered at the other end. She missed her first, hit a couple in a row, and we got ourselves a 1-point game.
Welcome back. If you haven't noticed, for Brimfield, they're wearing black armbands and some black wristbands, and that's no coincidence. It's been a tragic 2 years for this senior class with the loss of 2 classmates. Aaron Miller died in 2020, and then Jacob Look, a basketball player on the boys team, tragically died in a hot tub drowning incident in December of 2021. The girls have been wearing them all year, and on the inside of those black wristbands and wristbands on their ankle are the numbers of those 2 fallen students. The girls are playing for much more than just themselves.
All right, thank you, Sarah Palczewski. And Sophie Bedell lost her brother, and she is wearing a black piece of tape on her jersey as well. So,
yep, that's number 4, Sophie Bedell, losing her brother in a car accident when he was just 18. So a lot of tragedy has hit this Brimfield team. I think it's brought the players closer together. It's given them some inspiration. They are definitely playing for their community, which it seems like almost the entire town is here. they've really rallied around this team and these players in some dark times too.
Brimfield has built quite a basketball tradition on the girls' side and the boys' side. Came to state under Jim Blaine and finished 4th. I believe that was 07. And Maribeth Dura picked up the baton and has kept that tradition alive. Galena pretty patient here. Now Elin Peterson takes it away. Tries to get it inside, but broken up. Maddie Hessing was inside, but the Pirates hustle back and avoid the easy layup.
That's Hannah Lacey, so athletic, so quick, known for her defense, getting back to stop that play for Galena.
And we had a foul on Brimfield while we were in the replay, and it will be free throws for Galena. They're in the bonus.
Tell you what, Galena hitting the threes. We've had 3 3-pointers in this game for Galena. 3 of 6 from 3-point range, but they are just 1 of 16 from 2s. And this was a Galena team that did a great job with points in the paint. 36 points in the paint in their semifinal. So they're getting some free throws here. They've got the 3-pointer down. Now they've got to be able to, when they attack the rim, and they're doing a nice job of it, but they've got to finish on those shots.
Taylor Burcham, 62% at the line, knocks them both down and puts Galena up 3. Loon traveled before the shot. This portion of the IHSA Girls Basketball State Finals is brought to you by OSF Healthcare. When life gets hectic, you need healthcare that's easy. Visit osfoncall.org/urgent care. 11 turnovers this half. They had 11 turnovers the entire game on Thursday.
But I'm not upset about that travel for Ella Loon. I mean, she's been hitting threes. She'll be fine. She's added that 3-point shot just this year. I mean, she's got the size. She's 6 feet. More of an inside player earlier in her career, but she has added that 3-point shot. She's going to Eastern Illinois. Definitely more of a complete player. Hopefully she'll keep shooting. She won't let that turnover bother her.
She comes from tough stock. Her father, Kevin, played professional hockey. He was drafted by the Edmonton Oilers and played for the Peoria Rivermen just down the road. Pirates holding for 1 here with a 3-point lead. Low scoring first half. It was 5-2 Galena after 1 quarter. Under 10 seconds now. Addie Hafel near half court. Peterson right in her grill. Peterson blocked it away. Loon comes up with it. And that's how the first half will end. Defense ruling the day here. 14-11. 3 threes for Galena. And a couple from Ella Loon for Brimfield and 1 from Ellie Doe. So 3-pointers, turnovers. That was kind of the story.
Well, they're just feeling each other out, Lee. We're optimistic for a second half that has a lot more scoring. We know that these teams can score. Scored a ton of points in their semifinals. They were really good offensively in their semifinals. We know they have that potential. This is the state championship game. A little nervous, feeling each other out. I think we're in for a much more productive second half.
Well, one of your keys was dial up the defense for Galena, and
maybe I'm sorry I said that. Am I sorry I said that?
No, you look like a seer, a soothsayer.
Yes.
All right, let's go over to Sarah Palczewski. She is with Jamie Watson.
Coach, a low-scoring game. How happy are you with your defense forcing so many turnovers in this half?
Yeah, that's the main thing, and it has been all year. Thrilled with how we're playing defensively. We're, doing the best we can to get the ball out of Loon's hands, trying to box her in. I think we've forced double-digit turnovers in the first half, so we just got to convert on the other end. I think we're 4 out of 22 from the field, so we've gotten a lot of good looks. We just got to hope they fall.
What do you say to your team to tell them keep shooting the ball, they will start to fall?
Yeah, for sure. We just got to keep doing what we're doing. We're getting the looks that we want. We're getting to the rim when we want. They'll fall.
Thanks, Coach.
Those in attendance can step forward as their names are called.
All right, that's the story from Galena. 14-11. Dread the red. Yes. Maribeth Dura and the Indians trail it by 3, headed to the locker room. A lot of threes raining in the first half.
And once again, welcome back to Redbird Arena. We're at halftime. Galena leading by 3, 14-11 over Brimfield in the girls 1A state championship game. What a great way to start off a championship Saturday with defense. Defense does win championships, and that's what we've seen here so far in the first 2 quarters of this Class 1A championship game here at Redbird Arena. Great crowd on hand, and I tell you what, very vocal and behind their respective teams, as it should be on a championship Saturday as these two teams go at it. Right now, first half observations in this game. Brimfield, a little bit impatient at times on offense. A little bit of a surprise there. Maybe nerves, you don't know. But I think they'll settle in after the coach brings them down a little bit. Emotions were flying high. And, of course, what can you say about Galena, the Pirates? Big, strong following behind them. Defensive intensity has really picked up for them. And they are swarming everywhere on that defense, whether it be man-to-man or if they fall back in the zone. But can they keep that type of intensity up in the second half? That's going to be the big question that we'll have to answer when play continues right here at beautiful Redbird Arena. We'll be back with more analysis and more stuff coming up right here on the IJ Sports Television Network. Once again, welcome back to beautiful Redbird Arena. Championship Saturday is now underway officially. Class 1A state championship for the ladies. And right now, Brimfield is trailing Galena 14-11 at the half. Let's take a look at our Liuna halftime stats right now to break down the numbers. Field goals, Brimfield 31% shooting for the field, 4 of 13. Again, we're talking about the defensive intensity on the floor, and it's certainly showing in those statistics. 18% shooting for Galena. Free throws, well, 75% for Galena, giving them the lead right now. Brimfield hasn't been to the line. That's a little bit of a surprise. 3-point field goal shooting, wow, it's really been hot. 3 of 6 shooting for Galena, 50% there. 43% for Brimfield. They're 3 of 7. Turnovers, the story for Brimfield. They've got to bring that number down. They're at 11 right now versus Galena's 4. Second chance points, none for Brimfield, but 5 for Galena, giving them that 14-11 lead. We'll be back with more second half action right here from Redbird Arena on the campus of Illinois State University in Normal after this. Once again, welcome back to Redbird Arena. We're at halftime, the Class 1A Girls State Championship game. Top-ranked Brimfield trailing us 4th-ranked Galena right now, 14-11. But we are just moments away from second half action. Stay close. We've got more coming up on the IJ Sports Television Network.
We're back at Redbird Arena. Galena leading Brimfield 14-11 here at halftime of our Class 1A state championship game. Lee Hall, Patricia Babcock-McGraw with you here courtside. We will go to Sarah Palczewski here momentarily. Your thoughts on that first half? You look at the three-point shooting, and it's pretty good. After that, it goes downhill.
Well, exactly. The three-point shooting is fine. But one thing that each team can work on for Galena, it's finishing the other shots, not the threes. They're 3 of 6 from three-point range, but they shot overall in the first half just 18% from the field. So when they're getting into the lane, they've got to finish. They've got to be able to finish with contact. They've got to shoot confidently. And then for Brimfield, they have got to take better care of the ball. 11 turnovers for Brimfield, and Galena has scored 8 points off of those turnovers.
Yeah, that's the difference. Let's go to Sarah.
Not the half you guys maybe wanted this game, so many turnovers on offense. What did you kind of tell your team to maybe settle down and stop that from happening?
Well, we talked about everybody being ready for the ball. I don't think that was happening. So we talked about the stuff that got us here, and that's everybody contributing. We only got 13 shots up for the whole half. We need to get more shots up. So we're going to try to increase the pace a little bit this second half. Hopefully it won't turn into more turnovers, but that's our style of game, and I don't think we've played that yet, so maybe that'll get those other kids involved in the game.
You are 1/2 away from a state champion being crowned. What do you tell your team? Do you tell them to keep going hard, or do you just kind of tell them play loose?
Well, our defense is fine. I said we just we gotta get the ball down the floor and we gotta score. So that's all I said.
Thanks, Coach.
It's just that simple. The IHSA Girls Basketball Championships presented by Country Financial and OSF Healthcare. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Coach. Neil and Peterson are running through those picks. Galena folks wanted a call. Instead, they get a bucket.
Well, that's the way to up the field goal percentage, and that was a tough shot.
Eddie Hayfel makes it a 5-point Galena lead, and the Indians turn it over.
A good omen possibly for Galena, and not an easy shot there for Hayfel. Under duress and still making it. Good way to start the second half for Galena.
12 turnovers now on Brimfield. Hayfel with it. Brimfield's down 5. They haven't played awful defense, though. Obviously, and you look at the score, allowing just 16 points
really
in this stage of the game.
Really good defense by Brimfield.
Taylor Burcham loses her footing as she tries to drive, and they give a timeout to Galena.
Anytime that you can hold an offense to 18% field goal shooting, which is what Brimfield did in that first half to Galena, you're playing good defense. It's just that they are not taking care of the basketball when they do force turnovers or miss shots.
Create your legacy here at Illinois State. Illinois State University's recent grads earned $12,000 more than the national average. That's right. Create that legacy here at Illinois State. 12 turnovers for Brimfield, and you look at what Galena's done this year, and to underscore how amazing it is, they've got 12 players in the entire program.
I know. I could not believe it when Coach told us that. 12 total players from grades 9 through 12. There's 232 people in the entire school, and yet here they are in the state championship game. Coming off a school record for wins. 32 wins entering the state finals.
So might help with recruiting down at the lower levels if they see what's going on there this weekend. Maybe a state championship. Brimfield had it for a moment. Maggie Furlong's shot is off the mark. And that'll go to Brimfield.
You know, you talk about the legacy of the program. And we've been talking a lot about the Furlongs, Maggie Furlong, Gracie Furlong, but actually the program's all-time leading scorer is the oldest sister, Katie Furlong. And she was an all-state player and led the team to back-to-back super sectionals in 2016 and 2017. So a family full of basketball players, and they've done a lot for this program and creating a legacy at Galena.
And Big Sis was sure to make a phone call right after they won the super sectional on Monday. And a travel against Addie Hayfel. That's just their 5th turnover. They've done a better job of taking care of the basketball. You wouldn't know it by the look on Jamie Watson's face, though.
Well, those are the turnovers that drive coaches crazy, the unforced turnovers where you're just not thinking, you're playing a little bit too fast and make a costly mistake.
Loon takes it from the top of the key all the way to the bucket, but can't finish. Kind of got to be tough sledding down there in the lane. She's headed to Eastern Illinois University next year for basketball. Five-point game here. Only 7 points total in the first quarter. Brimfield has yet to score in this quarter. And good hands in the steal by Fabry. Loon gives it up to the guard this time. Peterson Cross-court pass. Doe is open for three. Long rebound, chased down and saved to Galena.
Oh my goodness.
Sophie Bedell.
Yikes.
You know it's not good when the official stops.
Yeah. I mean, crashing right into the bleachers.
She is slow to get up. Here comes the trainer. Boy.
I believe that was Sophie Bedell, correct? Yes.
We had a tough game last night in the third place game. A couple of girls injured, and that was amazing hustle. They've redone the bleachers, the stands here at Redbird Arena, so I think they're a little closer than they used to be.
Well, she's touching her head, so I don't know if her head slammed into the bottom of the bleachers there, but that is kind of her MO. She is the defensive trendsetter for Brimfield, where they kind of play how she plays defensively. She's the point of their press. She's always in attack mode, and you saw how hard she went to try to save that basketball, to try to make a play defensively for Brimfield.
And you know the trainer is going through probably some concussion protocols here to make sure that she is okay to go back in. When she got up, she had her hand on her head, and then you could see her take the hand away and look at her hand to see if she was bleeding. So yeah, she hit her head on something. She's a big part of this Brimfield team, averaging 8.5 a game. She had 16 points, 5 steals in the semifinal Thursday. She's going to come out.
She really set the tone defensively for Brimfield in the semifinal on Thursday with those 5 steals. Brimfield had 10 steals as a team. Really was so good defensively, so strong, and I hope to see Sophie Bedell back in this game because she brings it on both ends for Brimfield.
Number 5, Maddie Hessing replaces Bedell. Great hustle on that play, and hopefully she's going to be all right. Bertram thought about the 3. Now she's nowhere to go in the lane with it. Lane violation. 3 seconds. I heard a whistle. I didn't see any indication. 3 seconds in the lane on Galena. That's the kind of call that brings back old times, isn't it? You don't see it very much anymore.
Yep.
Ooh. Heck of a move. You know, when you can make NBA threes, you ought to be able to, you ought to be allowed to make an NBA move and take 2 or 3 steps.
Yep. Just, I mean, that was close. Yeah. That was super close and a nice. And I like the attack mentality from Ella Loon, trying to get herself to the basket to create offensively for her team.
Just the athleticism to do that.
Oh my goodness.
How can you call a foul on somebody when they fall down?
I mean, she's just literally can't stand up. And
I don't understand that call.
Not
and then you can see, I mean, all Furlong had to do was pass out of there. Not a popular call. That's 2 on Ella Loon. And the first team foul of the half. Brimfield on a 13-game win streak coming into this state championship game. Stuck on 11. Bertram for 3. It goes in. Bertram now in double figures with 10. Her 34th 3 of the year. And it's an 8-point lead for the Pirates. Now, if you're Brimfield, you don't want to come down and take a wild shot. They looked like they were being patient as Bertram got a hand on that one.
Taylor Bertram, just a sophomore. She was first team all-conference as a freshman. Second team this year, only because Galena is starting to get the Furlongs back into the mix. Maggie Furlong, the senior, coming back from an injury. And then you get Gracie Furlong, a freshman, added to the mix. And so Taylor Bertram kind of fell down the pecking order a little bit in terms of scoring. So her scoring went down a little bit. But she has handled it so well, as many kids on this Galena team have, in terms of having their roles change. We've talked a lot about Claire Martinson the senior who comes off the bench. She was a starter as a sophomore and junior, and now a bench player as the Furlongs have been added back into the lineup. So Taylor Burcham just doing a great job of adjusting on the fly with her role and doing whatever she can, but we've seen her make some big defensive plays here today. That's 0 in blue. And then some big shooting with 2 3-pointers for Galena.
Jamie Watson talked a lot about girls taking a back seat. There are 4 girls who he mentioned that took a back seat to make this team better. So I guess you could call them backseat drivers because they're driving the success of this team. You see where I'm going there?
Well, yeah. And I mean, the back seat is making room for the Furlongs, who we mentioned have just been a staple in this program. Maggie Furlong coming back from that injury from last year, and then adding Gracie Furlong, a freshman, into the mix.
Pirates pitching a shutout here in the third. They lead by 8. Back at Redbird Arena, Galena leading Brimfield 19-11 here midway through the third. And, you know, the IHSA has so many volunteers over the years that help out. And that is our good friend Roger Can, his wife Karen, his dear grandson Ryland. We lost Roger last April. Vietnam veteran. He and his wife Karen have volunteered for 32 years here at Redbird Arena, the IHSA Girls State Tournament, and we just wanted to remember him. We thinking of him and his family as we gather here again for the first time at Redbird Arena. And we love you, Roger. We love you, Karen, and thanks for all you've done.
That's really nice. And, you know, so many of familiar faces when we come here for the state finals. There's so many people who give their time and volunteer to help out and to make this state finals a great experience for the players.
Well, Karen is still volunteering, and Roger and Karen have fed my donut addiction for all these years here. So
nice.
Great people, lovely family. They volunteer for a lot of stuff here at Illinois State, and you know, the volunteers make the IHSA world go round at each and every event that they hold, whether it's cross country, whether it's chess, no matter what it might be, volunteers make it all work. And a reach on Gracie Furlong. That's her second. And that's the first team foul of the half on the Pirates.
Galena fouls on Gracie Furlong, her second personal.
We see how Elin Peterson knew that 10 seconds was whittling down and needed to get it over half court as fast as possible. Was able to draw that foul. What a bailout.
Brimfield still scoreless here in the third. The Pirates on the move. Burcham. And there for the block is Maddie Hessing, but she's whistled for the foul.
And again, turnovers, a bugaboo for Brimfield, leading to opportunities for Galena. And once again, Taylor Burcham in the mix there, trying to make things happen for Galena. I think the ricochet from that block shot went down into the face of Maddie Hessing. That didn't look like it felt very good at all. Galena just still on the prowl defensively. They're doing a great job of getting their hands in the passing lane, creating those tips and deflections that are leading to fast break opportunities down at the other end.
Good to see Sophie Bedell back in the lineup after going head first into the stands. Taylor Burcham, one of those girls we were just talking about who had a bigger offensive role a year ago, but with Maggie Furlong coming back from injury, Gracie Furlong coming into high school, she's had to take more of a back seat and lesser role offensively.
Yeah, Coach Watson said, you know, we were telling the girls, will there be enough shots for everybody? And is everybody okay with that? And this group came together at Galena, and just people took different roles, back seat, whatever you want to say, but they just did it because they recognized that this team had so much potential for being able to get downstate, to be able to do great things as a team.
The Red Sea down at that end of the floor. The Brimfield fans trying to get their team fired up here as Burcham went for the steal. Three-pointer for, no, Fabry thought about it anyway. Now Loon will hit the three. Oh, in and out. That was a really good shot by Ella Loon. She's hit a couple of threes. Brimfield still scoreless here in the third quarter rather, and Elin Peterson whistled for her third team foul here in the second.
Both of these teams are playing really gritty, aggressive defense. It has been just such a challenge for both of them on the offensive end to get clean looks at the basket. I mean, you either see rushed shots or you see people getting hammered in the lane. Free throws are going to be key down the stretch in this game. Gracie Furlong trying to hit her second one, but a timeout first. I mean, this is going to be a grinded out game. It's just the offense isn't getting any easier for either of these teams.
Well, and Maribeth Dura talked about just go out, get the ball, and score, and that hasn't worked for them in the third quarter. They haven't gotten a basket. And I'm not sure what they are shooting here. We'll check on that real quick.
Well,
here in the third quarter.
The turnovers have gone from 11 to 15, so Brimfield still turning that basketball over. They've got to be more careful. They've got to make their passes a little crisper, a little more deliberate, because Galena is so aggressive, and they're closing out on those passing lanes so hard. But Galena's still having a tough time shooting the basketball as well. Some of the same problems that existed in the first half for these teams are continuing into the second half.
Brimfield 0 for 5 here in the third quarter. Gracie Furlong, the freshman, rattles in the second one. Jamie Watson referred to her as a freshman phenom, and seems like an appropriate tag. Here's the double team on Doe, fighting to get out of it, and gets the pass away, but not before Maribeth Dura calls timeout.
And the way that this Galena defense is playing so aggressive, they're closing out hard. That baseline corner is a terrible place to put the ball against this team. Brimfield's just going to have to be smarter with where they position the basketball. They've got to avoid those Galena traps.
And here's a look at the scoring by quarters. And you can see the shutout for Galena here in the third. They almost did it again in the first. .32 possessions for Brimfield in this game, and they've scored on 4 of those.
Yeah. That's a rough one. Well, remember, this Galena team was the team that in the semifinal against Serena, the halftime score was 22-1. Shut out Serena in the first quarter, and no field goals for the entire first half for Serena. So this Galena defense is legit. It's not just them showing out in the championship game. I mean, they've been good all season. Again, they're allowing 26 points per game over the course of the entire season, and they have only gotten better in the state tournament and here in the state finals.
So how about adjustment-wise for Brimfield?
I think that you've got to put the ball into the hands of Ella Loon. She's a D1 kid going to Eastern Illinois, and just let her work.
Bedell takes it strong to the hoop and draws the whistle. That's one way to score some points.
And that's the other thing, too. Keep attacking the rim. Even if your shots aren't falling, try to draw that contact, try to draw fouls, try to score points with the clock off at the free throw line. You're just going to have to be aggressive and really challenge Galena. And above all else, avoid those trap zones. Those corners, stay out of the corners if you're Brimfield. You don't want to give Galena the opportunity to trap and cause more turnovers.
That puts an end to a 9-0 run as she splits the free throws. Loose ball, and it will go to Galena. Brimfield trying the full court pressure. Galena breaks it. Here's Hafel putting it on the floor, and the reach. And the foul on Ellie Doe will be her third. That's the fourth team foul.
And it seems like that is the mentality of both teams. I just talked about Brimfield attacking the rim, trying to draw that contact. Galena doing a great job of getting in the paint, splitting 2, then 3 defenders, and of course then drawing the contact, trying to score in a close game. It's still a close game. Galena's going to have to be opportunistic as well. Try to draw that contact so they can get to the free throw line and score free throws themselves.
Addie Hayfel, 5'8" sophomore. Jamie Watson says she's far and away the most skilled player I've ever coached. Brimfield comes away with the missed rebound. And a whistle going against Galena there, as Peterson was the beneficiary. Second on Hayfel. That's their third this half. Just a free throw for Brimfield. Loon looked like she was making a behind-the-back pass, but she just lost control of it.
She was trying to create. She was trying to make a move there in the post and just lost her handle on the basketball.
Awful lot of hands to avoid when you're that deep against this Galena defense. A little back cut there by Maggie Furlong. And now Galena in trouble. And right before the 5-second call, Jamie Watson gets a timeout. This Galena team had a close call. They shot just 31% in the first 3 quarters in the sectional final against Stockton. It was a 1-point game going into the 4th, and then the Pirates pulled away with a 10-0 run. They forced 28 turnovers in that one. Big shock. That was kind of their close call coming here to state. But that defense has, like you said, carried them all year. And it's crazy good here today with a minute to go in the 3rd. Championship Saturday here at Redbird Arena. Up next, Winnebago and traditional power Quincy Notre Dame. Scheduled for a 1 o'clock start tonight. This should be a great one. It's the 3rd matchup this season between conference foes Nazareth Academy and Carmel Catholic. Nazareth 2-0 in that series so far. And then the championship game to wrap it all up, Barrington against top-ranked Stevenson. And we'll have it all for you right here. America's original March Madness. And a new era with the format of 4 state championship games in one day. Elin Peterson got the steal, missed the bucket. Doe is there for the follow. First field goal of the quarter for Brimfield. Under a minute to go now. Bertram has a little trouble getting the handle. And now a turnover. And it's Bedell with the miss. The follow for Loon was no good.
And this is the way it's going to have to be for Brimfield. Their fans are going nuts. Nuts. But they are going to have to be scrappy. They're going to have to follow shots, get the misses, put them back in. And they're going to have to crank up the pressure defensively. That was a great sequence there for Brimfield.
Offensive spark coming from the defense. Loon thought about it. Now Peterson in the corner has it taken away. Bertram got a hand on it.
Just when Brimfield seems to turn a corner, they turn the ball over again. That is 17 turnovers for Brimfield.
I mean, I know it doesn't look pretty on the scoreboard, but the defense for Galena is a thing of beauty. Loon with it. Time winding down, fires the 3 at the buzzer, no good. The Galena defense standing tall here in the 3rd quarter, allowing 1 free throw and 1 field goal, and they lead it by 8 with 8 minutes to play. Take a look at our Menards in-game summary. If you love offense, just close your eyes for a minute. Both teams shooting 22% from the field. An edge in free throws, and the points off turnovers is the biggie, 12-2 in favor of Galena.
You know what they say, defense wins championships, and we're in a championship game here. We've had a lot of defense, that's for sure.
And a lot of turnovers for the Indians. That's number 18. Let's go to Sarah Palczewski.
Yeah, guys, in between that quarter break, I kind of listened in on the Brimfield bench, and Ella Loon was over there being the senior leader she is, coaching up her teammates, staying really positive. Coach Mary Beth Dura telling her team there's a lot of time left in this game, and there's a long way to go until that buzzer sounds at the end of this, preaching over and over again that they got this.
I agree with her. That is very true.
Here, 7th block of the game.
But Brimfield is going to have to be really
open for 3. 5-point game now. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you over the roar.
Yeah, that's okay.
The fans at both ends on their feet. Burcham, strong drive, no foul. Jamie Watson wanted a foul. Here's Peterson ahead of the crowd. The lefty layup, no good. And a foul on the rebound will go against Doe.
Well, Ella Loon making a huge block and defensive play for Brimfield, and then capitalizing with the 3. And I was trying to say that just Brimfield's going to have to be opportunistic from here on out offensively. They're going to have to look to score quickly down at the other end and get back into this game, because it's a tight game, but the offense has been so slow to come by. Brimfield's going to really have to attack and be aggressive early on into their possessions.
5-second count that time to get it back. 3-point attempt, good for Fabry, number 22 on the year. She's going into aeronautical engineering, and she goes to the sky for that one, back-to-back. 5-second call.
Just like that, the Brimfield fans are loud. They're going crazy, but they like the fact that this Brimfield team has turned it up a notch offensively. They are being aggressive. They're not fooling around on offense. They are in attack mode. Their fans appreciate it, and they have cut this to a 2-point game.
You can feel the electricity in the air. A 9-1 run by the Indians. Their 7th block at one end, a back-to-back 5-second calls. Not sure I ever seen that before. And it couldn't have come at a better time for top-ranked Brimfield. At the other side, Galena's got to get some of their composure back.
Yeah, well, I mean, we talk about this all the time in sports, particularly basketball, where it can be a game of runs, the ebbs and flows, the ups and downs. A good team, if you want to win a state championship, obviously you're playing a great team right now, and you're going to have to be able to survive that. You're going to have to be able to survive those runs. Galena looking right now just to calm things down, to survive this storm from Brimfield, and Brimfield's looking to just keep it going. They finally have some mojo offensively. It's been a struggle for them all game with the turnovers and missed shots. Now they're feeling it. They're trying to play out the energy of this crowd. Galena's going to have to weather the storm.
6:39 left in this one in regulation. Inbounds to Bedell, follows it up, and gets the roll. Sophie Bedell makes it a 22-22 game.
And with the little things, the scrappiness, the offensive rebound and putback.
Now it's Galena with a little bit of a struggle. The sophomore leader, Addie Hafel, takes it into the lane and draws the whistle. That has the Pirates fans going wild. On Ellie Doe, that's her 5th. So she will have to come out. That is the 6th team foul on Brimfield. And in for the Indians is 23, Danielle Scully. Furlong whistled for the charge.
I like that take.
And Loon is slow to get up.
I like that aggressive take there by Gracie Furlong, but Ella Loon coming up with one big play after another, sacrificing her body there, stepping in on the charge call. Sophie is making one big defensive play after another. A block, taking a charge. Oh.
Here's the takeaway for Hafel. Can't finish. Wow, Loon called for the carry.
Wow, a couple of old-fashioned calls in this one. A 3-second call and a carry.
Those just take the air out, don't they? I mean, we went from screaming fans everywhere to almost complete silence.
Pirates trying to stem that momentum that swung to the Indians here. An 11-1 run. They were down 21-11. Here's Burcham. Drive and dish. Corner three for Furlong. Gracie for three, her 40th of the year. And her first one of this game.
What an unselfish decision by Taylor Burkham. I thought that she was going to drive that lane, instead finding a teammate who was more open.
Bedell in there strong.
Sophie Bedell is being a warrior today. And check out this dish by Taylor Burkham. I thought she made a great move along the baseline, beat her defender, but she saw her teammate more open. 4-3, great play down there at the other end. And Sophie Bedell, again, as I mentioned, just being a warrior in this game. Hurt her head earlier, but has just brought it. So tough.
Fourth quarter free throws presented by OSF Healthcare. 2-point game now with just over 5 minutes to play. Brimfield has stepped up the defense to get back in this contest, trailing by 11 just moments ago. Peterson. She's played tough defense all day. She's headed to Lincoln Land. And now Hafel loses control of it. Peterson gets it, gives it to Loon. They're 2-on-2. Loon pushed from behind. She won't get the layup. Again, if you can hit an NBA range three, you should get continuation, right?
I was just thinking that, yes.
Foul on Lacey, her second, fourth team foul. It'll be out of bounds for the Indians. You know, does high school have the intentional foul? Because she got pushed in the back on a layup, on the way to a layup. I'm just curious. She follows it up and goes to the line instead.
She's not worried about it. She was on to the next play, and keeping that offensive rebound up above her head. She's got some height. I think Brimfield's got a little bit of a height advantage over Galena, and using it here. And it's going to come down to plays like this. It's going to come down to free throws, scrappiness defensively, and getting after those offensive boards, getting those second chance opportunities.
The miss tipped out. Bedell got hit in the mouth on the rebound. The follow no good. Good hustle there by Fabry to get it to Bedell. Even while she's holding her mouth in pain for being hit. And that is the first Brimfield lead since 2-0.
Wow.
Tie up, and it will stay with Galena.
The wheels kind of coming off a little bit for Galena there, and the momentum shifting into the favor of Brimfield. They are making plays right now on both ends defensively, creating some turnovers, and then they are just so aggressive on the offensive boards. Their last 2 baskets have been off of putbacks.
Defense and the little things have gotten Brimfield back into this one, just when it looked like they were all but lost. They picked up the defensive intensity and turned up the electricity in Redbird Arena. They were down 22-11, and they lead it by 2 with 3:54 to play for a state title. .354 to go for a state title. Will that be enough time to determine it? Illinois Corn Growers Association. Learn how Illinois runs on homegrown corn at their website, www.watchusgrow.org. Let's go to Sarah Palczewski.
Yeah, the Galena bench right now, they're trying to stay positive. We talk about Claire Martinson trying to interject some energy into her team from the bench, and she did just that while the coaches were working on drawing up a play. She was acting as the coach in the huddle with her starters there, kind of telling them what to do, how to play, and say, hey, we still got this. We are okay. Just go out and play your game.
Well, when you start the season, you'd like to be in a 2-point game for a state title, wouldn't you, with 3:45 to go?
Well, and when you feel kind of that shift and you feel like the wheels are coming off a little bit, that's when you need your senior leaders like Claire Martinson to step up, give a little bit of a pep talk, try to calm things down. I like that leadership from her in the huddle.
Anybody's game here. Gracie Furlong, cross court to Burcham. She almost lost it.
Don't forget, this is a young Galena team, and easy to get rattled in a state championship game. They got 2 sophomores and a freshman starting.
Burcham over the double team. She's got 13.
And that's one of the sophomores coming up big in the moment. Not playing like a sophomore.
Good idea, but Scully couldn't catch up to it, and it will be another turnover for the Indians. That's 22.
Well, these players are going so hard. Took out 2 or 3 cameramen down there in the corner on that play. This is the fight for their lives right now.
And another 5 call. That's 3 5-second calls for the Brimfield defense here in the 4th quarter.
And that sea
That's
of red,
remarkable.
That sea of red, they are going nuts. These Brimfield fans have definitely energized their team.
There's one sign down there I got to give a shout out to. It said, I changed my password to Galena, but they said I couldn't use it because it was too weak.
Oh,
that's
ouch.
clever. That's clever. No matter who you're talking about. Under 3 minutes to go now. We're tied. Peterson's open for 3. Bounces long. She's second on the team in threes made. Good look for the senior. Now Galena with it. Burcham thought about the 3, puts it on the floor. Off the glass and good. Burcham with 15 points now to lead the way for Galena. They're up 2.
Yeah, she has been outstanding in this game. What a gamer. She is looking to score, looking to put this team on her back.
Drive and dish bucket for Fabry. Nice move by Scully.
Beautiful. Good things happen when you attack the paint. That was a great bounce pass right under the basket.
Galena keeps possession here. There's another look at it. Scully off the bench because Doe went out with fouls. Drive and dish.
I'm so happy for these fans that we are starting to see some really good offensive basketball. This is what both of these teams are capable of, what got them to the state finals.
Maggie Furlong has it taken away. Under 2 minutes to go now, tied at 29. It's been a defensive battle, 22 turnovers for Brimfield, but they are in it. Tied at 29. They led 2-0. They led 27-25.
Oh.
And inside, nice move for Peterson. Elin Peterson with her first points of the game and a 2-point lead again for the Indians.
A tough and gutsy shot to be taking at this point in time. Elin Peterson just bringing it.
Approaching the 1 minute mark for a state championship. Just Brimfield's 3rd lead of this game. Galena patient. Here's Burcham. Spin move into traffic. Loon got another block. Burcham follows, scores, and she'll go to the line.
Wow! Could Taylor Burcham be any tougher? Getting it swatted on her way to the basket. I mean, she is physically exhausted right now, having to lean on 2 teammates just to get herself to the free throw line. Gets the shot swatted, puts it back up. It doesn't even look like it has a prayer. She just kind of scoops it up and in. The exhaustion, just the sheer determination by Taylor Burcham. So impressive.
Missed the free throw. We're tied again. And timeout for Maribeth Dura. And a little fire up from Claire Martinson. There's Burcham. Boy. Well, She's one of the girls that Coach talked about had to take a backseat. She had more of an offensive role last year, and she could be scoring double figures for any other team in the state.
And she's showing that potential and capability right now this season because of that change in roles. You know, she was first team all-conference last year. She was a scorer last year, but this season she hasn't scored quite as much. She's done other things. Coach says she rebounds. She is a playmaker, but today she is a scorer. Taylor Burcham with 15 big points, and we've seen it from everywhere. We've seen the three-point shot. We've seen jumpers. We've seen moves in the post, and that last one was a doozy with the game on the line. And keep in mind that Taylor Burcham is just a sophomore, so breathing life into this Galena team. I mean, this is all you can ask for, except for maybe a little more offense, but this is all you can ask for in a state championship game. These teams are fighting tooth and nail down to the wire.
Jamie Watson said to us earlier this week, coaches pray for someone like her, and you're seeing why, as she has almost single-handedly here in the fourth quarter kept Galena in this game, picking up her offense. $15 points for Burcham. Final minute, tied at 31. Brimfield trailed 22-11. A 20-9 run has gotten them even here in the final minute, and it looks like they will try to hold for one. Elin Peterson off the bounce.
You want to give yourself enough time in case you miss. You want to give yourself enough time for a second chance.
Loon with it. Now 7 seconds. Bedell in the corner. Gives to Peterson. Blocked. A lot of ball there, but she will go to the line. With 2.1 to play. Foul on Maggie Furlong is her first.
And they worked this clock down just about as far as they could. I was getting concerned, and now this game might be determined at the free throw line.
70% free thrower. Misses. Honorable mention All-Stater. This could be the difference between overtime and a state championship. Makes it. 1 point lead for Brimfield with 2.1 left. Timeout, Galena. Mercy. Well, they were all double-digit games in 1A until this one. And it looked like another double-digit game, but Brimfield defense, I mean, we saw the heart of the Morton team last night in a third-place game come back, and we're seeing it here today.
Brimfield got its defensive mojo going in that second half, and Galena now has 18 turnovers in this game. Brimfield has 22. So, I mean, it's been a game of offensive mistakes until the offense has started to click a little bit more here in this fourth quarter. And Brimfield, I think they just really were aggressive on the offensive boards. We saw a few really key offensive putbacks that kind of got them back into the game, cut down that deficit, and it's been pretty even Steven down the rest of the way here. A clutch free throw by Elin Peterson. What is Coach Watson from Galena drawing up for these final 2 seconds?
Brimfield had 14 points through 3 quarters. They've got 18 this quarter. And Galena had 4 turnovers at the half. 14 since halftime.
Brimfield
2.1 left.
Wisely putting their tallest, biggest player, Ella Loon, on Gracie Furlong. You figure that Galena wants to try to get to Gracie Furlong.
Do the Pirates have time to get a shot away? Gracie Furlong, the freshman, picked up at half court, and it's a win for the Brimfield Indians, state champions in Class 1A. Trailed by 11 in the third quarter, and they win it 32-31.
An amazing display of determination and resiliency, never stopping, believing in themselves. They just kept pushing, just kept coming back at Galena. You love that storyline. They did not let their woes with the basketball get them down. They were determined, and you love to see that out of these kids. They did not quit. And Galena, too, hats off to Galena. What a fabulous game for them. Couldn't have asked for a better state championship game. Both teams gave us everything they had.
They literally saved their best for last in Class 1A. What a battle. Two of the top 5 ranked teams in the state. And it was not as much offense as you'd like, but everything you would expect from a competitive side. Galena had a 22-11 lead. It was actually in the second quarter. It was in the third quarter, 22-11. And then Brimfield took over, forcing 14 turnovers in the second half. The 15th right there to end this ball game. Fitting.
Yep, absolutely. And just nowhere to go. Tough circumstances for Galena to try to finish this game with just 2 seconds left.
What a finish. Sarah Palczewski is with the Brimfield Indians, your 1A state champions.
Coach, an unbelievable fourth quarter to get it done. How great does this feel?
It's like the best ever. Yeah, we got going. We put the press on. Didn't work so well Thursday, so we were a little bit hesitant to put it on right away, but it worked, and it was awesome. So, yeah.
So, Coach, you know, you guys really battled. You cleaned it up. Your motto this year, unfinished business. You got it done. How great is this for your team?
I'm so happy for our school and for these girls and everything they've been playing for, and they've worked so hard to get this, and they got it. So good job for them. I'm really proud of them.
Ella, you're our country financial player of the game. How does it feel ending your senior season with a state title?
You couldn't ask for much more. You know, senior season, winning a state championship. I am so proud of these girls, and it's an unreal feeling.
You were coaching your team on the bench there in the fourth quarter, never giving up hope or faith. Just what were you telling your team, and how proud are you of your teammates?
You know, the whole game, we were down by 10, but I knew we could do it. I wasn't worried. If we weren't kind of playing our game there for a little bit, but we came back with a lot of momentum and energy, and I couldn't ask for a better turnout.
Congrats, Ella. Thank you.
So much.
Ella Loon, the senior leader, the two-time All-Stater, leading the way with 10 points. But here's a great look into the fourth quarter. 5 different Brimfield Indians scored. Ella Loon is their leader, no doubt. But 5 different players scored for the Indians in that quarter.
Yeah, very balanced scoring. Loon had just 10 points. She was their team high and just got a lot of different people involved. A total team effort for this state championship for Brimfield.
And Galena, man, they were in charge. They denied Brimfield. They held them to 1 free throw and 1 field goal in the second quarter and looked like they were on their way and just couldn't maintain it. And had the ball with just 2.1 seconds left for a win, but couldn't get a shot off. They finished 32-4, the 32 wins, a school record. And Brimfield 32-4, number 1 in the state and number 1 in the state tournament. Let's go to Jeff Fritzen.
Trainer Megan Weber. Head coach Jamie Watson. Assistant coach Justin Helly. Assistant coach Joe Engel. Manager Grace Connor. Scorekeeper Julie Furlong. And your Pirate squad members Taylor Burcham. Abigail Merritt. Gracie Furlong. Emma Furlong. Maggie Furlong. Macy Schultz. Cindy Einsweiler. Claire Martinson. Avery Angle. Addie Hafel. Dana Lacey. And Evelyn Callahan. At this time, please meet the Indians of Brimfield High School, who finished the season in first place with a final record of 31 wins and 4 losses. First, meet the superintendent of Brimfield, Tony Chenal. Principal, Billy Robeson. Athletic Director, Kevin Kreider. Head Coach, Maribeth Dura. Assistant Coach, Kennedy Dura. Manager, Carly Jones. And your Indian squad members, Kylie Vaughn. Taylor Wewell.
Thank you.
Sophie Bedell. Maddie Hesse. Ellie Doe. Elin Peterson. CJ Troxel. Ella Loon. Jacqueline Fabry. Ava Hines. Olivia Kappas. And Sienna Meyer. And now will Coach Watson and the captains from Galena High School please step forward to receive the Class 1A second place trophy. And now will Coach Durr and the captains from Brimfield High School please step forward to receive the Class 1A first place trophy.
Congratulations to the Class 1A state champions, the first state championship for the Brimfield girls program. Coming back, what a wild comeback, down 21-11. They finished 21-10 to come back on Galena.
I mean, winning your first state championship as a program on a free throw in the final seconds, I don't know that you can ask for more than that. I mean, this was not a pretty game in many ways for either team. You know, the offense really wasn't there. There were a lot of turnovers, but I was so impressed with how both of these teams really showed so much resiliency, did not give up, kept plugging away, kept trying to do the things that they could do to make a difference in this game. Little things like rebounding and trying to make plays defensively, stepping up there, and just we got everything that we could have hoped for out of these teams in terms of effort, and I love that. Yeah, heartbroken for Galena that they ended up losing on a free throw, but so happy for Brimfield and you know, a first-time state champion. I mean, just the stuff that dreams are made of. Both of these teams, I think these kids are going to remember this moment for such a long time. But so happy for Brimfield. Just a great moment for them and their fans. I mean, the fans here were terrific for both teams.
Fantastic season for both schools. Congratulations to Galena. 32 wins, a school record. And yes, a heartbreaking second place finish. And your state champs, Brimfield, the winner here today. #1 in the poll and #1 at the end of the season. We'll be back at Redbird Arena.
Charlie, longitude 38.3, latitude 48.79.
32-31, Brimfield, the winner over Galena in the Class 1A Girls State Basketball Championship here. An impressive comeback, a tough finish for Galena, losing on a free throw with 2.1 seconds to play. This is the first of 4 state championships being decided here in the new format. Class 2A will follow.